Good afternoon, it's Lindsay. It is Saturday, August 16th, 2025, and I'm going to do a video about something that happened this morning that I noticed that to me is indicative of something perhaps like paranormal, because it's completely caught me off guard or threw me for a loop, I guess you can say, because I know that I didn't do this, but I'm going to explain what happened. I went to the gym, went to Gold's Gym, and I haven't been in a couple of days just because, but I whatever, that doesn't make a difference right now. The gym is a gym, and I still indecisive about what. Well, I'm gonna continue to probably go to the Gold's Gym, but I don't know which locations. I'll probably change it around some and whatever. But nonetheless, that's not the point. The point is that this is what I've been using for a long time for my wallet, where I keep my credit cards, my ID, money, and all that stuff, right? In here, and this is just a little zipper thing, a simple little zipper pouch and it's broken. The zipper's broken, so that I got it at the Dollar Tree, and I've had it for a long time, and I've noticed that they don't even have. It's like they'll get at the Dollar Tree. What happens is they get, it's one of those kinds of places where they get different items in, and then they'll have that item for a while, and then it'll just disappear completely, and they may never have it in stock again. And so these come in handy for like little makeup bags. It's actually probably more like a makeup bag or whatever, just a little pouch to keep your something in. Well, I've been using it for like I said, as a wallet. But since it's broken and it's already kind of falling apart and worn out, and it was, $1.25, it's inexpensive. I was like, I'm going to get something that's more sturdy. I need to get something because I need something that I can, that's not going to fall apart as easily, that will last a little longer. So I ordered something on Amazon. Just, I invested a little bit more into this. And it's whatever brand it is. It says, no, what? I don't know what brand this is. It says, I don't fucking know what. Ravilambo? It's got a horse, like a unicorn. Okay, well anyway, it's just a regular little simple pouch, wallet, clutch, whatever you can call it, has different names. So, okay, here's what's weird. Early this morning, I woke up very early, as usual. Usually I wake up anywhere between 3:30 and 5, but this morning I woke up at like 3. But this happened around, I want to say, it was probably around 7-ish, 7:30 when this happened, because that's about the time I left out the door. 7:35, 7:40, but okay, so I transferred everything out of here into this one, and I remember clearly, I know for a fact that I put everything only in this interior part, okay, because you see how the wallet has side pockets? It's got side pockets, and I remember very clearly that I took everything. With a few exceptions, I threw away a couple of receipts. I put everything from here into here, transferred it. And, this little, just some stuff, my random little things, like some business cards, my credit cards, stuff like that, right? My ID. And there's something that and then I got to the gym. I was in the gym this morning. Oh, and I threw this in the wastebasket, by the way. I just threw it in the wastebasket because I was like, I'm probably not going to be using it again. But now that I think about it, I might try to hang on to this to use as a makeup bag, because the other one I have is falling apart. The zipper's also broken, so whatever. The point is that I know this sounds boring and this sounds ridiculous to people that it sounds crazy, but it's not crazy. I don't think this is going to sound... This is, if you believe in the paranormal like I do, then maybe this won't sound crazy. But, I've got behind me... I have an altar here to deceased relatives. That's what that is. It's basically people in my family. Well, these mostly... I have photographs of, like, my dad... My deceased father, my uncle, my grandfather, my grandmother. I have like a will on that of Lita Bess Griffith. I have that on there. I've got things that are kind of sentimental, sentimental photographs. I have a death certificate of Violet Hill Baldwin, my grandmother, my dad's side. That whole thing is just like kind of sacred to me, at least. It's sacred territory. And when I concentrate hard enough, I kind of feel that I can speak, or I can communicate with. I kind of look at them for guidance. These people, they're dead, but they are my relatives. And as silly as that sounds, I kind of sometimes talk to them. Speak to them and ask for guidance and pray, and that's something that I do, and I'm sure a lot of people can understand that if you have had people in your family or people close. And then my cousin also died. I've got a picture of my deceased cousin on there, Greg, somewhere. I think I've got a picture of him. So, in a picture of Edie, my grandmother who died, my great grandmother, and a picture of Mac. Nanny and Mac on my mother's side, those are my great grandparents. So, and then so basically what I'm trying to say is that all the photos of the people on there are people who've deceased or who've died, passed over. No, I don't have pictures of anybody who's alive on that. There's nobody on my altar of people who are alive. That's for the dead. It's an altar to commemorate the dead, like Day of the Dead kind of. Well, that's sort of what it is for me, but it's year round. So anyway, you can call me crazy, but I do highly believe in the paranormal, and I always have. And a couple days ago, I did go to a cemetery, and I guess I can talk about that because what's weird is I see really weird things happen to me when I go to cemeteries. That's been going on throughout my life. Strange things happen to me when I go to cemeteries for whatever reason. And I think I sometimes pick up little tidbits of spirits or people trying to talk to me when I go to certain cemeteries because I can feel the energies and shit going on pardon my language, at cemeteries. But I found something that was in the trash or right by the trash bin, and I picked it up. I was like, well, if they're going to throw that away, I'll take it because it looks nice. And it was over by the trash container, so I picked it up and took it home with me. It's like, why not? They're going to throw it away anyway, or it's right there by the trash, and I don't know who it belonged to or what grave it was on. So I went ahead and took it from the cemetery. Okay, I know you're not supposed to take things, but I didn't steal it. They were going to throw it away, if that makes sense. It's not like I snatched it from a tombstone. I wouldn't ever do that. That's bad. It was laying out on the grass close to the trash banister. So I took it, and I took it home. This was day before yesterday. It's a pretty bouquet of some roses. So I stuck these roses the other day. I stuck them here by this little shrine that I have for Alan. This is stuff that was on Alan's property, like this sign was on his property in Kerrville, no trespassing. Okay, this is just like a mini shrine for Alan, my dead father or uncle. I believe he's my father, like I said, and I have this out on the porch. No big deal, it's just a simple little shrine, right? But anyway, so back to my point, what happened this morning, so I got to the gym over there. I was at the gym over the Gold's Gym at whatever, you know, which one is that? The one over there at U.S. Fuck, sorry. I'm sorry. I'm just exhausted. I'm kind of tired. Not really, but sort of. This has been a long day so far already. I've been up since 3 a.m. What was I saying? Yeah. So I went to the gym, the Gold's Gym out west. My favorite one. I went out there, and I was in the locker room this morning to put my backpack in one of the lockers, and I had just, the lady at the front desk she's usually really, she's a nice lady. I like her for whatever reason. She's got like a good energy about her, and she was there this morning. Her name is Nancy, and Nancy greeted me at the front desk, and we chit-chatted for a few minutes, and then, so I think she's only there like on the weekends or something, but she's a real fit, very fit woman, and I think she used to be a school teacher, she told me, but nonetheless, she was there this morning, and it was really early. I got there like pretty early. Well, it had already opened up, but there weren't a lot of people there at that hour. I like to get to the gym early when I go, as early as I can. I don't, and on the weekends they open at 7. So I was at the gym. I went to the locker room. There was nobody in there. Nobody in there at all. I didn't know. Did I see somebody in there? There may have been somebody when I first walked in at the very end by the sauna area. Some woman, actually now that I think about it, there was some woman, like a tall woman, Caucasian lady, and she was just kind of looking at me. Or she was just standing there. Not really looking at me, but she was way across in the hallway, standing next to like the entrance to the sauna area. And that's the only person I noticed in there. Other than that, there was nobody in the whole locker room that I saw. And it was like about 8. By that time, it was like 7, close to 8 o'clock in the morning. Still not that early, but not late. And so then I'm at the bench in the locker room, right? Getting ready to put my backpack in the locker. And then I'm looking at my wallet to get something, or I take my wallet out of my purse, and I notice that in the side pocket, like I said, when I transferred everything, I put everything in here. I did not put anything in the side pocket at all. I did not put anything in these side pockets, and I know these things. I'm very, I remember things that I do. I remember little details, and I know for a fact that I did not put this in the side pocket, okay? I did not. I put everything in this part of the wallet, the main entrance, this accordion-style wallet, not the side pocket, of which there's one. I didn't put anything in there. So I got there, and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm thinking, what is that? I thought maybe something got left in the wallet. I thought maybe it was something that got that was part of the something that was part of the wallet. That I was like, what is that? Because I saw something sticking out like that. I'm like, that's weird. I didn't put that there, and I took it out, and I was like, holy shit, this fucking crazy. And then it's like, as soon as I took this out, as soon as I touched this, it's like I could feel the voice of Alan talking to me, my deceased. The man who I think is my father, who died in 2023 in Kerrville, and where they just had all that flooding, the major floods over there in Kerrville, Texas recently. And I don't even know what happened to his property. I don't even know. I have no idea. But I did speak to Melinda Luna the other day. I called, and apparently that case, the case is closed. And I still don't know. There's still a lot of unanswered stuff with that whole thing. A lot of unanswered questions, and that I never got closure to, unfortunately. But you see how it is, how all this stuff is kind of synchronized. And I heard his voice whenever I took that out. It's like a voice in my head. I could hear his voice saying, Lindsay, don't give up, don't give up, don't give up. And Alan is the one who's always encouraging me to continue with my going to the gym, continue with my exercising, and doing things that I like to do, like painting or creative things. He was the main person encouraging me. As a matter of fact, the only person left alive on that in my family who was encouraging my going to the gym as well as other things that I like to do, my creative endeavors and whatnot. And and so I was like, that's weird, because I could hear his voice. It was loud. I could hear his voice, and it's not. And I was like, what is going on here? Because I wasn't imagining it. It wasn't like it was just only in my head. But I wasn't. I swear it was clear as a bell. His voice talking to me. I'm not. It was so strange, so surreal. And then, so I took that and what I took out of the side pocket of the wallet that I just ordered, that I got. It came in the mail. I received it yesterday from Amazon. It arrived yesterday, and I was all excited because that's when I was like, yay! It arrived yesterday. So I was excited because I have a new wallet. And so this was right there in the side pocket. And what this is a letter. I mean, what's so weird is this was Alan's, this was the last, that's what's so fucking weird. You see, this was Alan's address, that P.O. box up there. But this is the last check that he ever sent me. This envelope was the last time he ever sent me a check in the mail, okay? And it was in this envelope that I saved, that I've been keeping that. I've been keeping that in here, this wallet. So I was like, that's really kind of strange, isn't it? And I thought, is that a sign of some kind? And to me, I see signs and everything. I pick up on little things, and I was like, that's got to be a sign for something, because how did that end up in the side? And it's still got the paper clip on it that I've been saving this for a long time, because I just keep it as a souvenir, and I'm like, how in the world did that end up in this pocket like that? How did that end up? I did not put it in there. I know for a fact I didn't put it in there, and I'm not gaslighting myself. I'm not delusional. I remember clearly that I transferred everything from here, and like I said, I put it directly in the main entrance, the main part of this wallet. Nothing. I did not put anything in the side pocket. So that was really weird. And so I was like, and that was like, I kept thinking about that a little bit throughout the morning when I was exercising, and then I still kept communicating with Alan. For whatever reason, after that happened, I felt like this was a sign of him talking to me, and so I still kept communicating with him throughout the day. I just felt like I felt like his spirit was watching over me. And this is, this is a picture of him when he was like probably in high school or college. He was a very for the most part, and I kind of look like him, don't I? I mean, I think I do. I think I resemble him. Maybe not, but I feel like, I don't know. You be the judge. I think I look like him. Don't you think that could probably be my father? I don't know. We have the same eyes, same eye color. I look a lot like him, and I look a lot like Peaches, his mother. A lot like those two. A lot. So that's why I'm like convinced in a lot of ways that he's my father, my biological father. I think he is. I'm pretty sure he is. Don't you see the resemblance? I don't know. Anyway, so I kept thinking, because he was he was smiling, he was happy. For the most part, I think he was a happy person. But I don't know what happened to him after he got into the military or the Marines or something, whatever it was. I think it was a Marines or a Coast Guard Marines. I don't know what his job was in there in the military, and I don't know, but he kind of just went off grid. He sort of just became. He lived in Colorado for a while. He lived in Aspen, Colorado. He stayed out there for quite a while, and then I don't know what he kept so many secrets. He was very secretive. I don't even know what he did. I just know that man was very secretive. And whatever he did, he certainly never told any. I don't even know. Yeah, as far as like, it's really weird. It's like a mystery because, you know what I mean? I don't know what exactly he was involved with. But there's something, it seems that there's things obviously that people know that I don't know, that they don't want me to know about him or something is what it feels like. But nonetheless, well, yeah, probably the fact that he's my father. They don't want me to know that because of the fact that I believe that property is mine, that I inherited in Kerrville and all that chaotic shit with that case P23-107 in Kerr County, Kerrville, that was ongoing, and all the weird stuff that was going on with that probate case. But anyway, I just had to talk about that because that was weird. That was really strange. And I've been because I think what part of this is like I've been debating with myself whether or not I should continue to go to Gold's Gym. I've been debating in my mind for the past longest time, should I keep going there? Should I go there only not as much, or what should I do? What should I do? And I've been asking for answers and asking for guidance from the spirit world. And I think that was Alan. I think what I'm saying, what I see is happening this morning was a sign from Alan to let me know to keep doing what I'm doing, to keep doing that. I think that's what he's trying to tell me, is to continue, because he was very encouraging with that. And I think that's what that was, a message was about, to not give up. And so that's what I got out of that, is just not give up on what I'm doing or what I've been doing, and don't just walk away from something that I've put so much energy and effort into for so long. You know, if that makes sense. I can't just walk away from something that I've invested so much energy and time into, which is what I'm saying is like going to the gym every single day, you know, for years. And to just walk away from something like that, completely walk away, is like kind of like being a coward. And I'm saying, yeah, I can give myself a rest or a break, but I can't just abandon something. It's like abandoning a dream or abandoning something like a child. To me, it feels like I'm letting go of a child. Like, I don't even have a child. I don't want a child, but that, to me, that's like my life. That's such a big part of my life. Even though I don't really like the atmosphere sometimes of these places and things like that, it's such a integral part of my existence. And it has been for so long that I don't think it's time for me to just completely abandon that right now. It's not the right time. That's what I got out of this. Is it to keep doing what I'm doing for now, is what I'm sensing from Alan, from that whole thing with the wallet. And it's like I said, I did not fucking put that in there. I did not put that in there. And I have no reason to be fabricating this story at all. I just was like, what the fuck? I just had to talk about that, because when you believe in something enough, and when you want something enough, and whenever you talk to God and ask for things from the spirit realm, I believe that they answer. The answers will come to you in ways that are unexpected, or when you're not paying attention, or little subtle clues about things that let you know that you're being watched by and I'm a big believer in the afterlife, in the paranormal and spirits. Some people think that that's demonic. They're like, no, I don't think so. I believe that people definitely, when you die, you don't die. You know, people who die, I believe that people, when they die a violent death, like maybe suicide or something like that, those people, as far as what I've heard and what I believe, is they linger around and they never really they don't cross over. They just sort of hover around confused, because they're stuck in a transition because of how they died. And also the same thing with some people who died violent deaths. Their spirits are just confused, angry, confused. And I believe that Alan, because of what's going on and all these unanswered questions and whatever, I think he's he's angry, but not angry with me. He's been letting me know that I need to continue fighting, or that I need to continue, because there's still more to be said with that case. And he's letting me know that I think he's angry that what I've gone through. He sees what I've been going through in the fight that I've had to fight. I think it makes him angry to see that I've been going through that, because he had to struggle a lot with issues with certain things, and I see that he sees that I'm struggling, that I've been struggling, and he's trying to help me. Sounds crazy, but until you lose somebody to death and the shock of all that stuff and how they die and whatnot, you'll see what I'm talking about, because the spirit world will come to talk to you. The people will come to talk to you in ways that you don't expect. That's what I believe. And everybody's inclined to believe what they want to believe, but that's definitely what I believe, because I've been experiencing things about the paranormal and people communicating with me for a long time now, long time. And I can talk to the dead. I've been doing that since I was a child. I can pick up on things. I can communicate with them in different places. I definitely have that ability. So yeah, so that's what happened today. And I decided to talk about that. And that's that. That's all I want to say for now.